You're now in tune to the Mother and greatest casino alive. Greatest casino alive. Yo, what's up? Look, being the greatest casino alive is the hardest job in the world. Being the greatest man alive is a remarkable feat. I think I'm like got a little lead. It's a guy that's in Africa, I believe. I forgot which town he's from. He's from Ethiopia. He's a little bit far behind me, but I'm still ahead of him a little bit. But I still got the title right now, greatest man alive. I kind of fell back in April, but then I came back ahead of him. So right now, I think I still got the title right now, greatest man alive. Now, being that I'm the greatest man alive, I think I must say that I must clarify some things that people don't know. Holding on to real estate is really good, but selling real estate is even better. It put me in position to be where I am today. So me letting go of that real estate was essential. Holding on to that land for as long as I did was great. It was great. Now, yeah. Being the greatest man alive comes with a lot of responsibilities. You know, I have a lot on my shoulders. You know, there's billions of people in the world. And being the greatest man alive is a heck of a responsibility. And I think one of my first responsibilities is to reproduce and have a seed. But I only need, and I only will choose the best women from all around the world so I can have a child in each country of this world. So my bloodline mixed with anyone else's, the top of the line, will mean that that child will eventually rise up and run that country because of my bloodline. So I think that it's only right that I take the finest women from every country and go ahead and mate with them so that my seeds will grow up to run the world, being the greatest man alive because of my bloodline and the blood that's running through their veins. They will dominate and rule. Oh yeah, I already saw a half chick that's half black and Filipino. Oh, and when I meet her, I'm all bust window, tongue kissing out the window of a pearl white limo. Now, anyway, besides that fact, my children will grow up to rule the world because it's in their nature to dominate and rule. We will come from royalty. And the most anointed one, his blood type is the same as mine. The Christ, the Christo, the chosen one, the child of the Elohim, Yahshua. His blood type is the same as mine. It wasn't AB negative. It wasn't the rarest form ever. No. That wasn't his blood type. His blood type wind up being my blood type. That's why everyone who has that blood type is deemed special. We don't age like the average human being. We don't. We don't age like them. Our reflexes, our intuition, the way we're able to see through deception and traps and lies, like LeBron James don't use steroids, like the way we can see past all that. We can see through all the lies. LeBron, the greatest of all time, it's like, who said that? We can see past all of the lies and the deceptions. So we're on a higher thought plane. And when you're on a higher thought plane, your brain puts you on a different scale. So when you're on a different scale, your mind travels at a speed faster than light. So now that you have that in place, now you start to ask the real questions and start saying the real things to yourself. What am I really doing here? What is this really about? You can ask yourself the real questions. Like, why are you so special? Why were you able to see things other people couldn't? You must be gifted. You must be anointed. You must be touched by the Elohim, the Creator. The Most High must have blessed you. And the awareness of it is accepting that power, that strength. That's the key. That is the key to immortality. Immortality does not mean what you think it means. You think immortality means that your physical is here forever. It's not true. Immortality means that you live forever. Like if you see Tupac has reached immortality. Tupac's gonna exist forever. He's gonna exist forever. Elvis has reached immortality. His name, his likeness, everything he's done, it's gonna live forever. He's been dead probably longer than he's been alive. And it's gonna live forever. Dr. Martin Luther King has achieved immortality. Malcolm X has achieved immortality. Yet everybody here, we all are gonna go one day. I'm gonna go one day in the physical. But will you live forever? That's another thing. That's the key. Will you live forever? Will people remember you when you're gone? Will they pass your words down to generations after you are no longer here anymore? That's the key. That's what you gotta look out for. I know when people say resurrection, that they came back from the dead. They rose from the dead. Resurrection, right? That's not what resurrection means. Did Carcino just blow your mind again here on One Crack News? Don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button now. They ain't gonna send this out because it's too late. That's good. This is stuff you would get on my Patreon. So don't forget to sign up to Carcino for Life Patreon, because we just went in on Danny Matheson. I might bring it on One Crack News. Might just do that. I thought about doing both. I said, nah. Let's go and do it like this. Let me tell you like this so that you would understand. The resurrection is not what you think it is. It's not about you rising up from the dead. The resurrection is you creating a child. That is your resurrection. Do you know the inside of it is the mention of the word erection? The words erection, resurrection. Never thought about that, right? Well, we all know what an erection is, right? So resurrection is from you having an erection, you having a child, and that child is born. That, even Nas told you back in his first album, my sun and star will be my resurrection. My sun and star will be my resurrection. My sun and star will be my resurrection. My sun, my star will be my resurrection. He said it as a metaphor, but he meant his son, like his son. And he never knew that at that time when he was writing the album, his daughter wasn't even born yet. He predicted his daughter would be born, then his son would be born after. What they call Horus, right? Horus is in a hieroglyphic on the wall with his unit up in the air. Hold on. This cold is starting to kick in because the weather changed. Now, Horus had a bird land, a phoenix, actually, land on his lap area as he was deceased. And got the seed from him. And then the bird flies away and has the baby. And that was considered his resurrection of Horus. Was his son. That was him living again. His child. That's his resurrection. So what we seem to believe is resurrection is entirely different from what it really meant. There was plenty of resurrections in the world. We just never called it that. And they redefined what resurrection means, that you come back to life. Like you have to die and you come back to life. We misconstrued the meaning of resurrection. Or was it given to us to deceive us what it really meant, truly? You're not listening to Carson, the greatest man alive. Run it down to you the real way. You see, the reason how I know things get misconstrued is because they come from a language they don't understand. You see, what you're learning from the Bible is a translation of the Weinstein version. The King James version is converted from the German version, which is called the Weinstein version. Okay? So there's a lot of things lost in translation. And that is a translation of what was supposed to be the Torah, which it isn't. The Quran is a translation of the Torah. So a lot of things that they don't understand, they're going to just put their own words in to try to fill in the gaps. So everything is told out of context. And the way it's told to us in our Bible is just, in a way, it could mean this or that. But if you look at the original context of where it comes from, as you can see, there's no wiggle room. See, when they said things, it was direct. There was no, it can mean this, it can mean that. No. When they spoke back then, it was very direct because they wanted you to know, this is what I'm saying. And they didn't have a lot of words to mean a lot of things. This is why this place, America, is called Babylon. That's why so many words are created to mean the same thing. This is why people all around the world say English is the hardest language to learn. Because there's so many words that can mean everything. If you say bad, that can mean a lot of things. Yo, man, that's a jacket you got on is bad. It's how you say it. There's many ways to say happy. I was joyful. I was amused. I was elated. There's many ways to say you're angry. I was furious. I was enthralled. I was basically angry, upset, mad. But if I say, man, that jacket is mad dope, people are going to be like, he's angry at the drugs? He said he's mad at the dope. And it was a jacket. What does he mean? So if you're outside of the country where you're taught American English, you're taught the basics. You know, hat, cat, bat, dog, you know, car. So the slang is, you're not going to really pick up on it, is how words are used. But there's slang in every language. So this was meant to confuse you. But America only seems to believe that only America counts. Whatever happens in America, that happens everywhere around the globe. And that just ain't true. America ain't special like that. Sorry. Around the world, they have about thousands of different dialects. And if you don't understand it, then people know. Like, if we here in America, we look at somebody from Saudi Arabia, we think they all speak the same damn language. We think Saddam Hussein speaks the same language as Osama bin Laden. Right? They both speak that Indian talk. They know what they're saying. That ain't true. Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden could be in the same room and wouldn't understand a goddamn word, because neither one of them understand each other. You see, this is the lies you have been told. These guys don't even speak the same dialect. They have a slang that they speak. And because they speak, even in Spanish, they have this. In Chinese, they have this. I had to tell this one guy who tried to inform me, he thought Chinese is just one language. I said, are you serious? Like, are you really this unenlightened? And he's trying to tell people what's what. I was stunned. He came in there with he was a Muslim. A Muslim who couldn't speak Arabic. One. But he was a Muslim. Because he was following Farrakhan. He can't speak Arabic. But he's going to tell me Chinese people only speak Chinese. I said, wow. You have not one Chinese person in your life, have you? Ask them. How many dialects do they have? The main two, right, is Cantonese and Mandarin. Those are the main two. Now, people that speak Cantonese, majority of them can't even understand anybody that speaks Mandarin. That's like an entirely different language to them. Even the writing is different. And then only if you was in Asia or you knew someone who was Chinese, you probably wouldn't know. You probably wouldn't know. This is why I tell people the reason why people are so prejudiced and racist against each other is because they lack of information about the other person or other race or society. If you didn't know these people and didn't speak to them, it would break down all of those barriers that the media and everybody else put up. The more you know about someone's culture, the more you learn about them. The problem is people don't care to learn. They want you to just learn their stuff. They don't care about you. They want you to know what they know. Which is bullshit, but that just shows you how they are. It's a reflection of them. They think whatever they believe in and whatever they do, everybody in the world should be doing. Korean, same thing. Koreans have a lot of different dialects. Even in Mandarin and Cantonese, they have slang. They have words that they use. They change other words up. Some people might say some Mandarin mixed in with some Cantonese. And you don't understand that. It's just what they make up and what they do. They write it different. That only people that know their slang is going to understand it. Trust me, other people in other countries have it a lot different than you. Like right now, I'm out, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm driving. If I was out 4 o'clock driving in China, I'll be pulled over and beat the hell out of by the police. And if I resisted, I'll be shot and killed. They got a curfew. I'm serious. Y'all think it's a joke. They were fighting to have clubs. They nightclubs closed at like midnight, 11 p.m. They were mad. Like, we want to stay out all night like Americans. They can go to 2, 3 in the morning. We want to stay out late. They had a protest in the streets. Police was beating the living hell out of them and everything. Like, you sure you want to continue to protest? They ready to die just to party like Americans. This is party. To have the right for nightclubs to be open later. They protesting for that and getting their heads beat in. Some people shot, stomped out. Dude, it ain't worth it. So I'll be like, dog, don't do all that. It ain't worth it. You have to understand what's going on in other cultures to appreciate that everybody's culture is special to them. To understand the world, that teaches you a greater sense of respect for yourself. Learn where you come from, learn your history, learn things about yourself. It's empowering. The more you don't know about yourself, the more in a weakened state you are. Because you don't know, you got to go what everybody tell you you are. Right. It's all about love. What they call love. It's really respect. Respect for each person. Like, I respect you. You give what you give out. And even if you are just a hostile, angry person, that's going to be you. You're not going to change my mode. My mode is genuinely love, respect, mutual respect, human morals. I'm born with that. I'm ethereal. I'm born with that in my genes. But just because I'm ethereal, don't mean I won't take you to war. But I war on principle and beliefs and knowledge of knowing. No one can come and deceive me when I know something. Just like when he tried to deceive me, everybody just speaks Chinese. And this man speaks Japanese. So I was like, what, Japan just speak Japanese? And let me guess, Chinese speak Chinese. That's just what you know. Have you ever met a Japanese man? Ask him, do they have other dialects? Ask Koreans, do they speak other dialects? And you'll find out that there's so many it'll make your head spin. You'll find out in Indians or with Indian Asians, there's so many different dialects, it'll make your head spin. And you'll realize how crazy it is that Osama bin Laden would be linked to Saddam Hussein. Osama bin Laden don't even know him. They wouldn't even be in the same room. They can't. Osama bin Laden speaks more of his dialect and the kind of dialects he can. He speaks like 6 different dialects of what they would call Arabic language, and his does not even come close to what they speak over in Saudi Arabia and everything else. His in Afghanistan and over there, they speak an entirely different dialect, and they would not understand each other. Most of those guys were considered like dumb, who was in Osama bin Laden's group that followed. They never had education. They never were around women. It was forbidden. They was trained to be soldiers. It was a whole different thing. So their schooling was taught, and they stayed in the mountains, and they had a very limited dialect. Only one that Osama bin Laden knew. So it was different. But their dialect was more mountain. Just like people out here who is mountain. You know, they stay near the mountains. Their English dialect is different. Their code of words, the way they translate words to each other is different. Different slang. The way the Indians spoke English. was different from how the American Indians or how the regular Americans spoke English. So you have to understand the world and understand society in order to understand and appreciate people before you start making decisions about people. Because you're just no different. You're just as guilty as anybody else that's going around prejudging people. Hopefully all of this is making sense to people. And they don't think like, oh, Cito's drunk tonight. Everything I'm saying is clear and concise. A lot of people say white people aren't your species. Of course they're your species. If they weren't your species, you couldn't reproduce with them. No matter what lie they tell you, a lion cannot reproduce with a tiger. A lion is not sexually motivated to sleep with a tiger. It only wants another lion. A bobcat only sleeps with another bobcat. They're all in the cat family, but they're not the same species. That's why they don't reproduce. That's why they don't seek out the other one. Now you'll see one house cat sleep with another house cat. They're not the same type of cat, but they're the same species. You see one type of dog sleep with another dog, and they're different brands, but they're the same species. So they can reproduce. So even though this person's white, that person's black, that person's Hispanic, that person's Asian, they're the same species. So that means they can reproduce. So yes, we are the same species. For those who want to know. People gotta understand, man, it's clear facts. If we couldn't reproduce with them, they're not our species. Now, they went in a lab and recreated a lion and tiger, called it a liger. But that tiger that they created in the lab cannot reproduce. You can't make other ligers. Not the same species, bro. You see what I'm saying? They did this crap in a lab with a cat and a rabbit, called it a cabot. And when you splice DNA like that, the body makes the calculations and it splits half and half. Normally there's a top half and a bottom half. That's where it processes the mathematics and do. So the cat had fur like a rabbit, and his front paws was like a cat, and his back legs would fold up like a rabbit does when he lays down, and then had a bushy tail like a rabbit. So the back end was like a rabbit, the front part was like a cat, and the whole thing was bushy like a rabbit, but it was a cat. It was totally weird and totally just unnecessary and an abomination to even make. Going against the natural selection of doing anything. Because it was created for research, but to me it's a torture of animals. And I'm not with it. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, all those wonderful things. Why do I say I'm the greatest man alive? Because I carry myself that way. Anybody else can say that about themselves. To be an example, to want to put that foot forward and say I'm the greatest man alive. Now you got a standard to live up to, don't you? 1 billion people in the world. Are you ready to put that foot forward and say you're the greatest man alive? Yes. I'm one of them. I have no problem with saying that. Because I must live by the code. I'm gonna enrich people with knowledge. I'm gonna spark the brain of somebody that's gonna go say, you know what, I'm gonna go research, make sure this man ain't crazy. I'm gonna go see what he's talking about. Make sure this man ain't off his rockers. I'm gonna look up what resurrection means. I'm gonna really look it up and see what's going on. No, not at all. I never seen it that way. Not at all in my book. So well, when people make a decision that doesn't sit well with what you believe in, you move in a different direction, don't you? That's what I do. If something don't sit well with me, I research it, I look at it and see what it is, and then I move on. Well, you gotta decide what is it that you feel is correct or what you want to look up. Nowadays, people don't research anything, so it's easier for them to lie to you and tell you things and have you just believe it at face value. That's why they put a celebrity in front of you or somebody that's popular that's on the internet and they have them sell it to you. That's why they have infomercials with celebrity figures of people you see a lot on television, because you feel like you see them a lot on television, you trust them. Like, hey, I know that guy. That guy's from that TV show. And you be like, well, why is this person selling me life insurance and telling me about life insurance? What the hell would he know about that? This guy was on Days of Our Lives. He'd be, hi, I'm Mike Rich from Days of Our Lives. And I play a guy on the screen who's about 76, even though I'm 47. And Mike Rich is still, I pull it off. But hey, life insurance is something you should have. And if you want to get life insurance, you should go to the best guy right here and go to John Henry's Life Insurance. The Henry Life Insurance Plan has been great for me and all my 47 years, and I'm telling you, Mike Rich will never leave you wrong. And you be believing Mike Rich, and Mike Rich is a character you didn't see on Days of Our Lives or something. But they put you on there because you're used to seeing their face a lot. So whatever they want to sell, they pay that person money and they sell it to you. That's called advertising. That's what it's for. That's the reason why Deion Sanders could make millions of dollars, because he could sell it. Those sunglasses, anything he touches is going to make money, because he has a gift. He's ethereal. He has a gift. Since he was in high school and college, when he had a Jerry curl in Florida State, he had a gift. He knew he was gifted, not just at being an athlete, but at selling it. Sell you anything. Sunglasses, it could be the primetime penny. He'll sell about 6 million of those. Me, I'm a salesman. Always been somebody who can sell you things. I've said it thousands of times before. I could sell water to a whale. And somebody like, how could you sell water to a whale? That's just a funny analogy. People say, I could sell water to a whale. I could. I could sell water to a whale. I believe I actually could sell water to a whale. They were like, how you gonna sell water to a whale? He in the water. That'd be easy. That'd be easy. That'd be the easiest sell I ever made in my life. I would tell the whales flat out, I'd be like, how would you like better water? The best sales you ever do. I would have that whale going back in the water saying, man, y'all ain't got water like I got. See, I got that oxidized water. Yeah, nah, I ain't got to go up for air quicker than y'all. I can stay under the water longer because I got that oxidized. I got more oxygen bubbles in my water. See, that's what he got from him, man. He got me that oxidized water. Y'all got that regular water. I got that oxidized on me. Man, that whale be in there, man. Yeah, y'all got to go up for air all the time. I can stay there a little longer. I got that oxidized water. Thanks, See, I'll tell you, I had that whale thanking me. See? It's all about your mindset. I can sell water to a whale. You don't believe it. So that's why it never happens for you. You never put it in concept. I put it in concept. How could I sell water to a whale? And I definitely figured that out. I would sell water to a whale. Sell ice to an Eskimo. I'll be like, you got dried ice. It's dull. Look at this ice. It's happening. It's glistening. Look how the sun reflects off of it. It lasts longer. It doesn't melt as quick. This is my ice. They be like, I got to get that Sino ice. Sino ice don't melt like other ice. It's the mindset. You believe it and truly believe in it, they will believe it. Because you truly believe in it. It's in your heart. But see, I won't BS anybody. That's my thing. I gotta believe in the product. If the product doesn't work, then I won't sell it. That's me. I can't sell somebody a broken car and tell them it runs like a this thing runs like a Tesla. No, I can't do that. I'm not a scam artist. It's not in me. I don't scam people. That's my genuine quality is that when you see me, I tell you exactly what it is, and that's it. That's my quality. That's how I win. Tell you to you flat out. No tricks. People be like, what's the catch? Ain't no catch. Because people don't like to be lied to. I've been in sales for years, and people have always called with a lie. They always say, oh, hey, how you doing? How's your day? That's crazy weather we're having. You know, it's like, you don't care about the weather. You don't care about their day. They don't have a lot of time to be on the phone listening to you. So just do them a favor and get to the point. Either you're going to make a sale or you're not. When they start telling you, you know what they're going to tell you. If you're in sales, anybody in sales, you know what you're going to hear. I got a call. I talked to my wife. I talked to my wife. Let me think about it. All right, you know, you've been down this road. Let me think about it. I got to call my wife. How much is this going to cost? You know, you already know the excuses that's going to come out of the person's mouth. So you should have your responses ready for the excuses that comes out of their mouth from the moment it's spewed. Man, I used to be my old washing and dry place. Have your responses ready for their excuses. That was my whole key to life, to everything. Have your responses ready. And I had them ready. Every time they came with an excuse, I had a reason why they should give me their money. It was best for them. And hey, let me know, you know, if this is something that you'll be interested in. Each time they came through, they realized I was on the money. See, it works and it helps if the product is actually what you say it does. And that's how I am. I don't want to tell you something that's wrong. I don't want to tell you something that's not beneficial to you. That doesn't help me. I'm telling you a lie. I'm glad you can dig it. Most people can't. Well, the Bible confuses a lot of people is because who was God's favorite? Solomon, right? Solomon was one of God's favorite, most chosen. King Solomon. David. Solomon. This was his guys. And they were womanizers. Right? You don't believe me? Read the Bible. So, if you start to think about it, everything we knew about what the God was and the Most High, the Creator, the Lord, and he looked upon him and said, you are the favorite out of all the humans on the planet. And you knew that they were womanizers. And so that means God knew that they were womanizers. He knew about King Solomon and knew he was a womanizer. Listen, go look at the tales and look at the Bible. And start looking at King David and King Solomon. Go look at it. And you say, and you will find out these are God's favorites and find out what they've done. And said, he was cool with that? They tell you, gotta have kid in wedlock, right? Having a kid out of wedlock is bad. That's what they tell you, right? Who was one of his most prized and favorite? Jacob, who became an Israelite and changed his name to Israel. Who was his mother? His mama was a side piece. Because his wife wasn't getting pregnant, so he's like, look, you ain't getting pregnant no more. I'm going to go and hit up this side piece. And he got the side piece pregnant. And she had the most important child in the history of the world, right? At that time, Jacob, who became Israel. Then what happened? His wife mysteriously gets pregnant after the fact. But then they did some extra writing in there. Some God sent the angel and told him that it was okay for him to go and have a baby because his wife wasn't getting pregnant. Then, because he went and had the baby, God went and blessed him with a child, blessed his wife with a child. That's what they called it back then. They would just say that. Well, God blessed him. God came down and blessed him with a baby. The angel came down, and that's what he was running on his wife. That was the script. He was, baby, look, God came down, sent some angels and told me, since you weren't getting pregnant, that I need to have somebody to carry my bloodline. So that's why I hit him. But I'm still with you, baby. I'm going to take care of my business over here. I'm going to take care of my son and all that. But she just to have my son. She ain't my good wife. You still the wife. that was him running script. It just winds up in the Bible that way too. Like they sent angels down and told him God said it was okay for you to go and have a. Like, yeah, okay, that's him. That's script. I'm gonna tell you, that's game. So if God was cool with him, so it didn't matter about wedlock and all of that. What mattered was his loyalty to the Most High and his soul, his righteousness. That's what matters. So no matter what they try to write you off as, what do you believe in your faith? That's where the core is. People keep worrying about what religion they should be in. Should I be Catholic? Should I be Protestant? Should I be Baptist? Should I be Roman Catholic? Greek Orthodox? If you're worried about the religion, then you've already messed up. Because it's not about religion. These preachers and pastors, they wouldn't want you to hear that, the padres. It's not about religion. It's about faith. Do you have any? Now, many of these Protestants and all of these people, preachers and fathers and all this stuff, they don't have faith. And if you don't have faith, none of that stuff matters. You can go to church every day in your life. If you don't have faith, it don't mean anything. No. If Washington Commanders go 16-0, the Most High will come down here in the physical and present himself to you face to face. And that's the truth. I can, I can guarantee that. I would take the Pepsi challenge to that. How you doing? Any day of the week.
Yes, sir. Want to be sitting?
Mm-hmm. All right.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You want a table?
Yeah. You give me a booth. I told y'all when King Solomon died, in order to find out was he dead. Oh, my number's still the same, bro. I had one number my entire life, bro. I had one number my entire life. This is the first number I ever got when I got a cell phone in 1998. The same phone number they gave me, the very first one. I've had it for all those years since 1998 to now. Never changed. I'm like my ex, she just had it. Oh yeah, much later. It's cool, but yeah, I always keep saying that. I don't like I had so many ex-girlfriends that was calling. I'm like, you can call till your head fall off. I don't care. So like she can call and get mad and she. If I don't have my faculties, there's no way I'm gonna go home. If I'm drunk, I can't be live. How am I programming the video to go live if I'm drunk? The words will be all screwed up and everything. He said King Solomon was the one. No, not drunk now. Drinking water and orange juice. I wouldn't say that's drunk. Uh-oh, a bear got loose at Disney World today? That's what's up. They had to close Disney World down. He got into Disney World. A bear. He got into Disney World like, I want a job. The damn bear got in there, baby. They gonna be, oh, it's Fuzzy the bear. No, that ain't Fuzzy. All right, it's time to eat.
Years. Do you need anyone steak sauce?
You can bring some A1.
Okay, I'll bring you some more water as well. I'll be back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Syrup on my pancakes. Yes, I do. Put a little on the eggs. And I want to say thank y'all. Thank you to Kwame Brown Bus Light. Welcome to HDTV. MREC TV that showed up today. Ticket TV, man. You never know who's going to show up and show you some love and appreciation. Appreciate it. Fight in the line now. Okay. They're going to be fighting. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Oh, I will. I'm already enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. And I was going to do the breakdown for the Magic album. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm eating some eggs, some cheese, and hash brown. It's good. My reward for a good night. I did do a movie review for the movie Dumb Money on my movie channel called Screen Fiend. That's 2 words, Screen Fiend. Go follow that channel because on the Screen Fiend channel, we doing